Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're tackling a really common problem in the AV world.
A huge one.
How do you get a perfect uncompressed 4K video signal from point A to point B when they're, hundreds of feet apart?
Right. Without any delay or signal loss.
Exactly. So we're going to be digging into the specs of the WolfPack HDBaseT extender to see how it pulls off this magic trick.
It's a great way to look at it. The tech, HDBaseT, is basically like a dedicated subway system for your video.
A subway system, I like that.
Yeah, it just packages all that heavy 4K cargo and shoots it down a single normal network cable. The promise here is, and this is the key, no compression, no losses, and zero latency.
Okay, so let's get into the numbers. I mean, a standard HDMI cable starts to fail after, maybe 30 feet?
If you're lucky. Yeah.
This extender claims it can push 4K at 60 hertz up to 220 feet. That's astonishing.
It is, but there's a small catch to get that distance right.
The 4.2.0 color compliance.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean for what you see on the screen?
So that's the essential trade-off. To get that much data over that distance, something has to give.
Yeah.
4.2.0 just means you're compressing the color information a bit more than the brightness. Our eyes are way more sensitive to brightness anyway, so for, I'd say 99% of uses, you will never notice it.
So it's a smart compromise.
A very smart compromise.
Yeah.
It's how you get that range and still meet standards like HDCP 2.2. If you want that full, uncompressed 4.4.4 color, you just have to drop the frame rate to 30 hertz.
That makes sense. Now, you mentioned zero latency. How is that even possible over 220 feet of cable? I mean, physics.
Well, it's not technically zero, but it's so close it might as well be. The spec sheet says the delay is less than 7 microseconds.
7 microseconds.
Yeah, I mean, that's functionally instant. And this is so important in the real world.
For what kind of application?
Think about a huge auditorium or a church. If the screens at the back of the room are out of sync with the speaker on stage...
You get that terrible lip sync problem.
Exactly, the dreaded lip sync failure. This completely eliminates it.
Okay, so performance is solid, but let's talk about the practical side of things, like just installing it. The sources mention power over cable or POC.
Oh, POC is a total game changer for installers.
How so?
It just means you only need one power outlet. You plug in either the transmitter or the receiver, and the power travels down the same network cable to the other end.
So you don't need an outlet up on the ceiling next to your projector.
You don't. It's a huge headache saver. And they even added a nice little touch-a-screw-on AC adapter so it can't get accidentally unplugged.
Very practical. So power is handled. But what about control? My Blu-ray player is now in a server rack 200 feet away. How do I, press play?
That's where the bidirectional control comes in. It supports both IR and RS-232.
Okay, break that down.
IR is simple. You point your normal remote at a little sensor by the TV, and that signal gets sent all the way back down the cable to the player. RS-232 is more for professional automated systems.
And what about just using my TV remote for everything, that CEC feature?
It supports that, too. CEC lets you, in theory, use one remote to control up to 10 devices. So your TV remote could turn on the receiver and the player.
In theory?
Well, yeah. The only catch is manufacturers sometimes rename it, like Simple Link, and sometimes limit it to their own devices, which can be a pain.
Right. Okay, so let's wrap this up. The big takeaway for you is that HDBase uses affordable, existing cable like AT6 to solve a really difficult distance problem for high-quality video.
Exactly. But there is one final critical piece of advice from the sources. A warning, really.
What's that?
Even though you're using a common Cat-C6 cable, you can't cheap out. You absolutely must use shielded CT6 with proper metal connectors.
And what happens if you don't?
Signal loss, flash in video, all kinds of problems. The sources specifically say do not use those easy-to-use EZ45 connectors. They just aren't shielded enough and will fail.
So even with brilliant tech, it all comes down to the quality of the cable you choose.
It always does, and that really leaves you with a final question to think about. What hidden infrastructure details, the quality of a connector, the shielding on a cable are secretly defining the performance of the tech in your own life?